If you want to continue this journey in Hindi, please click the link above.
Time is both a sculptor and a thief. It carves out the grandest monuments of human ambition, yet it buries them beneath layers of dust, soil, and memory. For every empire that rises, a shadow follows, a reminder that nothing endures forever. The mightiest civilizations, no matter how brilliant, eventually crumble. Their echoes, faint and fragile, call to us through stone and scripture, myth and legend. I am but a wanderer, driven by a restless curiosity. Whether you call me an archaeologist, a historian, or a dreamer, my purpose is the same: to uncover what time has hidden. With each crumbling ruin, each cryptic artifact, I find not only pieces of the past, but fragments of ourselves, the hopes, fears, and dreams that bind us across the ages. Come, let us journey together through the sands of time to rediscover the lost splendor of humanity's greatest civilizations. Atlantis, the very name conjures visions of gleaming cities, advanced technologies, and wisdom far beyond its age. Plato described it as a utopia, a civilization of unrivaled beauty and intellect, swallowed whole by the wrath of the sea. Standing by the Aegean, I imagined the Atlanteans' fate. Some believe Atlantis was a real place, perhaps the island of Santorini, devastated by a volcanic eruption. Others think it lies beneath the Atlantic, hidden in the depths. Yet, its legacy endures. Atlantis is not just a tale of glory, but a cautionary story of hubris. They challenged the gods, and the gods answered with destruction. As the waves lapped at my feet, I wonder if such a place existed. Could it teach us how to avoid their tragic end? In the fertile plains of modern-day Pakistan and India, the Indus Valley civilization flourished. Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro, names that once meant bustling cities, sophisticated drainage systems, and thriving trade networks. But there was more. Their streets were carefully planned, their houses built with uniform bricks. They traded with distant lands and created an enigmatic script that remains undeciphered to this day. And then they vanished. Theories abound. Did the rivers shift, rendering the land barren? Was it climate change or invasion? As I walked among the ruins, the silence was deafening. What were their last days like? Did they know their time was ending? Mesopotamia, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates, was not just the cradle of civilization, it was humanity's first attempt to conquer chaos. Here, we first tamed the rivers, etched laws into clay, and dreamed of immortality. Walking through the ruins of Babylon, I felt the weight of Hammurabi's words: an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Justice, perhaps, but at what cost? The Ishtar Gate, though faded, still whispered tales of gods and glory. And yet, Mesopotamia fell, not to the wrath of gods, but to salinized soil, invading armies, and the inevitable erosion of power. The cradle of civilization had become a graveyard of dreams. In the dense jungles of Central America, the ruins of the Maya rise like ghosts. Their pyramids pierce the heavens, their cities, Chichen Itza, Tikal, stand as monuments to celestial wisdom. But oh, the silence. Once vibrant with rituals and the laughter of children, these cities now echo only with the rustle of leaves. The Maya understood time as a cycle, a dance of creation and destruction. Did they foresee their own end? As I stood atop the temple of the Great Jaguar, staring into the endless green expanse, a question burned within me. What could drive such a brilliant people to abandon their homes? Drought, war, or perhaps something we cannot yet comprehend? Tenochtitlan, a city that shimmered like a jewel upon the waters of Lake Texcoco. The Aztecs built their empire on blood and sunfire, believing their sacrifices kept the cosmos alive. And yet, when Hernán Cortés arrived, their gods fell silent. Montezuma, proud yet uncertain, faced an unstoppable tide of disease, steel, and deceit. The city burned. I walked through modern Mexico City, beneath its bustling streets, where Aztec ruins still lie buried. What did Montezuma feel in his final moments? Betrayal, rage, or a resigned acceptance of fate? The island of Crete was once the heart of the Minoan civilization, an opulent culture of traders and artisans. The palace of Knossos, with its labyrinthine halls, seemed to whisper of myths of the Minotaur, of King Minos. But their story took a dark turn. Around 1600 BCE, the volcanic eruption at Thera, modern-day Santorini, unleashed devastation. Tsunamis and ash clouds crippled the Minoans, paving the way for their decline. I stood in the shadow of Knossos, imagining the chaos. Did they see the ash-streaked skies and hear the roar of the sea, or did they fall silently, unaware of what was coming? The Olmecs, shrouded in mystery, were the architects of Mesoamerica's cultural foundations. Their colossal stone heads, carved with astonishing precision, gaze out over the land, their expressions unreadable. They gave us the ball game, intricate religious rituals, and the seeds of what would later flourish in the Maya and Aztec civilizations. But what drove their decline? Disease? Climate? Internal strife? Standing before one of those enigmatic heads, I felt a chill. The Olmecs knew something we do not. What secrets did they bury with their cities? It's almost as if you can sense the weight of the mysteries they guard. The Olmecs, with their sophisticated art, complex rituals, and advanced knowledge, left behind tantalizing clues about their world, yet so much remains hidden. On a windswept hill in Turkey stands Göbekli Tepe, a site older than agriculture itself. Massive stone pillars adorned with carvings of animals speak of a time when hunter-gatherers united to create something extraordinary. But why? What could compel people with no cities, no farms to build a temple, faith, unity, or something else entirely? Touching the stones, I felt an indescribable connection. These pillars are not just relics. They are evidence that humanity's desire for meaning predates all else. Petra, the rose-red city carved into Jordan's cliffs, was the masterpiece of the Nabateans. Masters of trade and water management, they turned the harsh desert into an oasis of commerce and culture. Yet, Petra's glory faded. As trade routes shifted and empires rose, the city was abandoned. Now, its silent facades gaze down at visitors, whispering of a time when caravans laden with goods wound their way through its streets. Angkor Wat, with its towering spires and intricate carvings, stands as a testament to the grandeur of the Khmer Empire. Once a bustling metropolis, it was abandoned, left to be reclaimed by the jungle. Some blame water mismanagement, others speak of wars and political instability. Whatever the reason, Angkor's fall reminds us of the delicate balance between humanity and nature. Near modern-day St. Louis lies Cahokia, a pre-Columbian city that was once the heart of Native American civilization. At its peak, it rivaled contemporary European cities in size and sophistication. Walking among the mounds, I marveled at the ingenuity of its people. But why was it abandoned? Disease? Famine? The answers remain buried, like the city itself. The Etruscans, who flourished in ancient Italy before Rome's rise, were pioneers of art, architecture, and religious practices that deeply influenced Roman culture. Their cities, adorned with intricate frescoes and grand tombs, whisper of a vibrant, enigmatic society. But the Etruscans were absorbed into the Roman Republic. Their identity eroded over time. Their language remains only partially deciphered, leaving much of their story locked in mystery. Before the glories of classical Greece, the Mycenaeans built fortified palaces and inspired legends like the Trojan War. Their linear B script, the earliest form of Greek, hints at a complex and structured society. However, around 1200 BCE, their civilization collapsed during the Bronze Age collapse, a mysterious period of widespread societal decline in the Mediterranean. Was it invaders, natural disasters, or internal strife? Their grandeur faded, leaving only myths and ruins. The Nok people of West Africa, one of the earliest known sub-Saharan civilizations, left behind terracotta sculptures of striking beauty and craftsmanship. Flourishing between 1500 BCE and 500 CE, they influenced later West African cultures. What led to their decline? A lack of written records keeps the Nok shrouded in mystery, their story told only through their art. The Hittites, mentioned in the Bible and known for their powerful empire in Anatolia, were masters of diplomacy and innovation. They were among the first to work with iron, ushering in the Iron Age. Their fall came during the Bronze Age collapse. Their cities burned, and their people scattered. Their rediscovery in the 19th century brought to life a forgotten empire that rivaled Egypt and Babylon. In the arid landscapes of the American Southwest, the Puebloans built cliff dwellings and great houses like those in Chaco Canyon. Their culture thrived on advanced agricultural techniques and celestial knowledge. Suddenly, they abandoned their cities around the 14th century. Climate change, resource depletion, or internal strife might have driven them to disperse into smaller, more sustainable communities. South of Egypt, the Kingdom of Kush rose as a powerful Nubian civilization. At times, they even ruled Egypt as its 25th dynasty, blending Egyptian and indigenous traditions. Kush thrived in trade and monumental architecture, including the pyramids of Meroe. However, as trade routes shifted, their power waned, and they eventually faded from history. The Caral-Supe civilization in Peru, one of the oldest in the Americas, existed around 2600 BCE. Known for monumental pyramids, advanced agricultural techniques, and peaceful coexistence, they are a reminder that ancient urbanism was not limited to warlike societies. Their decline remains speculative. Was it resource depletion or environmental challenges? The Rapa Nui people, known for the iconic Moai statues, carved their history into the stones of Easter Island. These towering figures stood as protectors, gazing outward across the Pacific. However, deforestation and resource exhaustion led to societal collapse. Their story warns of the dangers of overexploitation, even in isolated communities. Even today, we continue to uncover lost civilizations. LiDAR technology reveals hidden cities and jungles. Underwater ruins hint at forgotten coastlines. DNA evidence connects ancient populations across continents. And still, the questions linger. What caused the decline of civilization? Are there civilizations yet to be discovered beneath the oceans or ice? The past is never truly gone. It lives in us, shaping our stories and our choices. These lost civilizations remind us of humanity's resilience, creativity, and fragility. As I end this journey, I leave you with a question. Will our legacy endure, or will we too become lost in the sands of time?